Hello everyone, my name is Butter Tongsly, and welcome to Warframe, where we are going to have another weapon showcase. This one is going to be for the new infested weapon that was added with the new infested boss, the Pathocyst. This is one of the strongest glaives now in the game. It has the highest status chance in the game for glaive weapons, of course, and it has actually rather decent crit chance. We're going to go over the stats, and then we're going to go over a build I made for it, prepped and ready to showcase to all of you a decent build without the use of Forma. Like, I haven't formatted it yet, so that you guys can pretty much, if you're looking for a really good build to use till you can put some Forma into it and maybe give it a lot more enhancement of mods, you guys can then have a good chance at that with this video and with my help. Alright, so first let's look over the stats. Attack speed 0.667. This has one of the slowest attack speeds in the game. Like, it's not the slowest attack speed in the game, but I'm sure it's one of the slowest. I think there might be some weapons I've seen that's actually a lot slower than this thing, or around there. Channeling cost, of course, is 5. That's stock. Channeling damage 1.5, so it's not major for a channeling weapon. Critical chance 15.0%. It's actually rather decent, because normally, like, sometimes for weapons to be best for critical chance builds is 20% or up from there. So 15% is not that bad. Critical multiplier of 2.1. Damage block, it can block 35% of damage that is incoming towards you. 131 damage with leap attacks, 656 with spin attacks. Has a 30% chance in status. Can do 393 damage with a wall attack. And I'm having indigestion. Hold on, I need some water. I don't know why I'm getting indigestion, like, right now. Like, I haven't eaten anything spicier. It's just hitting me. Alright. Has a 27.2 impact, 24.0 puncture, and 33.5 slash. So for the base stats, they're more focused towards the slash procs. Second proc would be impact, and then third would be puncture. So a very decently rounded weapon. Has a 46.3 viral proc, but of course it would still proc the base damage procs before the viral. So keep that in mind, because I have watched other YouTubers' videos that how damage procs works is the base damage of impact, puncture, and slash is always multiplied times 4, so that way they proc always before the others can proc. But then, of course, this is just stats with just meleeing with the weapon, and then you go into the throwing damage and also the charged throw. So all the stats for critical chance, critical multiplier, and status is the same for the throw and charge throw. So we're not going to read that. We're going to skip straight to the base stats comparison from the throw and charge throw compared to the melee. So impact for throwing is 55.9, puncture is 46.3, slash 59.1, and viral 294.6. And then finally, charge throw is 113.5, 100.7 for puncture, slash 119.9, and viral 920.9. So, of course, I believe the ×4 damage multiplier affects the throwing as well, because I noticed that even when throwing the weapon, it does not proc the viral first when you use the charge throw compared to the regular or the melee. So it still will go towards the base stats before the throw. So that is something to remember as well. Now, this weapon, through my time of using it, it is not major damaging for throwing damage, but it does have an upside perk that I like about it that some people seem to neglect, because people are saying to mainly focus on using it only for melee, and that the secondary perk of the weapon is useless. And speaking of, the secondary and passive perk of this weapon, and I'm going to showcase it right here for you, upon throwing, and I believe also regular melee swinging the weapon. Yep, okay, so it's just throwing, and I believe it only does, the passive perk if you're hitting enemies. If you throw the weapon, you will leave these infested pods, which will spawn Nidus's infested maggots. And, of course, these maggots, they act like regular maggots, except I found out they are about 4 times faster. Instead of going at a decent regular speed like normal infested maggots, they actually go really, really fast, skittering across the floor like rats, and they pounce on a target, clinging onto them and pretty much stunning them as they're gnawing on the target. So yes, I will agree with one thing. When it comes to damage-wise, the maggots is literally as useful as one video I saw said a cockroach. It's not gonna hurt really at all, but the use of it is the ability that it will stun a target in place for a few seconds because of them being attacked by the maggot jumping and clinging onto him, which I'll show right here. So I'm going to throw this weapon. I'm purposely going to miss, and here is a maggot. And as you saw, it goes really fast, and it just clung onto her right there. Now, let me see if, regular melee swinging will spawn one. If I can hit and stop missing. Yep, alright. So, hitting a target also has chances of spawning the maggots as well, as I figured, because I figured there was, maggots spawning while I was doing some weapon testing and melee damaging the target, and I did not mean to clear that. I'm going to simulate, and then I'm going to click this and kill so that it keeps that one. Alright, so let's go over my build that I made for this. Now, this right here is my build. Astral Twilight has been rated one of the best glaive stances for this weapon. I do like it myself, though of course how I use the weapon, either stances is fine to me, because I rather use glaives with single-handed sidearms, because you can do most out of the weapon with single-hand sidearms, because then you can be able to have the mechanic of using the charge throw. You can only charge throw if you have a single-handed pistol in one hand and the melee weapon in the other. That's the only way to do the charge throw, because you can't do it unless you have both of those out. So, what we rocking here, we got Virulent Scourge and Voltaic Strike to give us the addition of Corrosive, but of course, against whatever factions you're facing, do not forget you can alternate the mods. Corrosive is good against Infested and Grineer, as well as decent versus the Sentients, because they actually have a vulnerability to Corrosive. And Gas is good against Corpus, as well as some of the more higher ranking Infested, like the new Thresher and the Juggernaut. Those are vulnerable to Gas. Let's see, we got Blood Rush combined with Berserker here. Always the best combo. Now, one thing about Berserker that I read in forums is apparently people are saying that this weapon cannot really make full use of Berserker I found that to actually be kind of wrong, because for me, it literally only takes a couple seconds, and then I already get up to like 60%, and then one more hit, and I'm already at 75% of max boosted attack speed with this weapon. So I don't know why they're saying that it can't make full use of it, because literally in just a couple seconds after starting an attacking enemies, I literally already get like the max speed bonus. Amalgam Organ Shatter to enhance critical damage as well as charge attack speed, which I believe does affect the charge attack speed as well of charge throw and such, or at least it should. Pressure Point mandatory mod, and Drifting Contact so that you can get the plus 10 seconds combo duration and the additional plus 40% status chance. That is very, very useful. And Condition Overload, because this is a status-based weapon. Status-based weapons are better using Condition Overload. When I used this build before, though, I actually, while leveling up the weapon, did not have Pressure Point on at the time. I had, like, everything here except Amalgam Organ Shatter and Pressure Point. And this weapon was still able to devastatingly demolish targets. Like, Condition Overload can actually, depending on the type of weapon, if it has this many, like, status procs like it does here, it can out-damage Pressure Point, because you're getting plus 60% damage, increased damage percentage per status type affecting the target. So right here, this is 120%. 60% is from 1. So if we proc all 5 of these, we're getting over 300% damage bonus from all of this procking. That shows right there that honestly, for a status weapon, really, this could be all you need. You don't really need Pressure Point. Sometimes it's good to have the additional 120% damage, because altogether, this, with all these procs, plus this, I'm getting 420% melee damage buff when all of these are procced on one target. So right here, I'm going to showcase how the weapon works in actual melee combat, and of course I'm going to use it while wielding the Pathocyst, and I'm not going to shoot the Pathocyst, but I'm showing how I like to use the weapon. Like, the weapon by itself for its damage, I think is fine, but it does a lot better damage with a single hand sidearm. So you know what? I'll first off showcase just melee damaging this target with just the weapon, like this. And then I'm going to show you the difference when you have a single hand sidearm out. So right here, already got 30%, already 75%. So right there, took me 19 swings to kill the target. Literally all, that's all it took. Well, took me an amount of swings, and then got to the 2 times multiplier for the combo. But still, as I just showed right there, it's not that hard literally to proc crits with this weapon. So I don't know why people are saying it can't make full use of Berserk, because I've been doing it and it's never failed me. So now I'm going to showcase this with the Pathocyst. And already I'm proccing crits again. And they would have died right there, but I halted too early. And they're dead. So just in case I'm going to showcase that again, I'm going to wait for the speed multiplier to go off. But that's why I like using the melee combo with a weapon having a single hand pistol than the other. Because then you have this also massive AoE that just circles you from this weapon. The only downside of this is, like, it does a lot of, like, knockback, which I really don't like. So right here, we're gonna do this again. Already got 30%. And max speed, and they're already dead. So as you can see, like, I don't know why people are saying that this weapon can't make max use of Berserk. Like, not every weapon is gonna be good by always getting, like, just crits right off the bat. you can easily make great use of a weapon like this, even with just 15% critical chance. And as you saw right there, I literally killed that one level 140 corrupt heavy gunner in seconds. One test I really also like using this weapon for is tests of how well it does against Demolishers. And when I'm in a game mode just starting with like level 30s and up Demolishers, this thing actually demolishes Demolishers. Like this, the Pathocyst does a lot of damage because it's proccing viral as well as the corrosive just ripping through their armor. Not just versus the Grineer, but it's decent versus the infested. It's not, the Pathocyst is not perfect versus the infested Demolishers though. That's the sad thing, is it's not perfect. I will show you guys the damage capability of this weapon versus a Demolist. So this is it with corrosive. We're gonna see how this works out. So let's, like, this is a level 140, so it's really, you're never really gonna, like, you're probably never gonna survive, like, long enough to face against something like this, but I'm just pretty much showing you. Right there. I just ripped him apart. And right there, that's how you do a charge throw. Like, you have to have a single-handed weapon out, and when you see those, that means you did a charge throw. Now, one thing that's really annoying about using this weapon is versus Osprey, because they like to dodge your throws a lot. But right there, I just killed the Osprey also in seconds. So that's this with corrosive on. Now, if we give this gas, if I recall, the gas will not proc until the shield is down. But you're still being assisted by the viral, so let's see what happens if we put gas on it. And then we're going to go and rip him a new butthole. And of course I'm going to have my Pathocyst out, because I like using this combo for glaives. I never use a glaive for melee combat unless I'm at least having a single-handed sidearm. So normally the shields would stop me from proccing gas, but it seems for some reason now I'm able to, out of nowhere. I don't know why I'm able to proc gas now. Maybe they patched it, because literally last time when I was testing this weapon, it was not working. Like, I was like using a gun and shooting him with gas, and the gas would never proc until he lost all of his shields. So they must have fixed that. But there you go. So honestly, I kind of killed him a lot quicker with the corrosive than the gas. But you're going to be facing other corpus anyway, so there you have it. Like, the Pathocyst actually can make short work of even the Demolysts and Demolishers. I still don't know why I can't spawn any of the Grineer Demolishers, though. It's kind of concerning me. Let me take one more look, because maybe I just have to look for them in the all section. Yeah, here we go. This is like all Demolishers right here. All Demolishers and Demolyists. And it just stops right there. But I know there's other Demolisher Grineer, but they're not allowing me to use them all. Alright. Let's use it against Demolisher Thrasher. So right here we got Demolisher Thrasher. We got gas, which would do a lot more damage than fire. So let's see how well this would do at killing this Thresher. So, first off, why am I walking all over him? The Maggots are making a very helpful use right here by jumping all over him. And it's taken a very long time to kill him with this gas, not corrosive. I almost called it corrosive. But I'm also wondering, why am I walking all over him like this? And he's finally dead. Now, him, it took a little bit right there. It actually took a little bit to actually kill him. One thing about the Pathocyst I also found, I might as well show right here. Normally, as you know, if Nidus uses his first ability on a Maggot of his own, they explode into a powerful AoE damager. Sadly, that does not work on these ones. See? They do not pop. They just continue walking and going on their merry way. Now, again, I don't know why, I do not know why I was walking all over the Thresher. I think they need to fix the hitbox of the Thresher, because for some reason I was scaling the Thresher, which was very awkward to me. Let's see. Thresher has a lot more health, so no, let's see about the Juggernaut, because hopefully this one will not make me climb all over it. Now, I'm probably not going to do too much damage to this, because this thing also has armor. I feel like Corrosive would still be a better option than using gas here. Like, so far, I'm scaling up to a lot of damage, but I do not have the viral backing me up. That is the downside of facing infested with the Pathocyst, is you're not going to get assisted by the viral proc. So, I'm just showing to you guys right here the downside of using the Pathocyst versus infested. Like, it's doing great against the regular infested, like, because they're getting procced by viral and such, but it does not work on infested like the Juggernaut. So I'm kind of just sitting here with nothing helping me. So I'm going to shoot some torrid shots to weaken its armor. Also enhances my damage. And still going. Now it's dead. That took a very long while. So, Pathocyst versus high-level Juggernauts. Like, low-level, this build would probably wipe out a Juggernaut easily. Because, of course, of the build being more focused towards endgame than it is focused towards just killing the thing. Because that's what I try to do, is I try to build my weapons for more endgame status, and the mods I have here, I've tested it. It's actually really good in endgame with this build, because I can throw it and I can stun enemies with the maggots and go in there and rip them apart with my melee swings. But against infested demolishers, it is highly not effective. Like, I would not use gas versus the demolisher infested. I would rather go with corrosive, because against the infested demolisher juggernaut, I can then be able to do larger amounts of damage to its HP, because it has armor. So right here, like before when I was attacking it, I was only doing around 3,000. Now I'm doing around 4k crits, and the damage is scaling higher and higher. That, as you can see, I'm literally ripping this thing apart much quicker, and now it's already dead. But against the larger infested, it does not seem to work well, so I feel like they should like change the info of this one, because this says, oh, it takes larger amounts more damage from gas. I just used it. It took me almost, like, jokingly, years to kill the thing. So now, if we go against the Thresher again, and let's see what happens if we go against it with Corrosive. And hopefully I don't run all over it. Yep, I'm going to be running all over it again. So right here. Like, see, even this thing, I'm actually just ripping this thing apart. It seems that corrosive is just much better versus larger infested. I don't know why they tell us to use gas when it seems corrosive just does much better. hope you guys like this video. Let me know if there's any other, like, newly released weapons that you guys want to see me make a build of. Like, I believe there's a couple that I can make videos of. Like, there is some of the new Vesto weapons, I believe. Like, not... Hold on, I'm trying to remember what they're called. Hold on, let me look up. Yeah, the Vandal weapons. There's new Vandal weapons that was added to the game way before the Pathocyst, which is like the, not the Opticore Vandal. Well, that is one of the new ones, but I mean like this. Like, there's the Glaxion Vandal and the Spectra Vandal. If you guys want to see me make a build of those two weapons, let me know in the comments, because honestly, in my opinion, I'm a little 50-50 on making builds for those, because they are a beam weapon, and beam weapons for me is a little different. But we'll just find out with what you guys say. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, ding the bell so that you guys can stay notified of my channel when next content uploads to it. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Bye.
It's delicious.